Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the first pilot episode. I guess it's the only pilot episode. Anyways, the first episode on Dragon Ball Z, Light of Hope, from Robot Underdog. I will leave a link to the official release in the description so you all can check it out if you haven't. But without further ado and without wasting any more time, let's get right into this video. So, I just saw this today, and I went into this with very, very low expectations, actually. And I guess when you're going into something with low expectations, it's not really hard to get impressed, because I'm coming off of, a mindset that live-action Dragon Ball Z can't necessarily be done. I did a video on whether or not it's possible, and, coming off of Dragon Ball Evolution and some other fan-made stuff, it's been pretty terrible. As far as Light of Hope goes, I was pleasantly surprised. I think with what they have been given, as far as merging the history of Trunks' story inside of a real life kind of live action scenario with Dragon Ball Z elements and all that stuff. Obviously, it's live action Dragon Ball Z. That being said, the story elements from what we see, even though the episode's only about 12 minutes long, it seems like they're doing a very nice job of setting up the tone, the very dark tone that's being displayed here. The acting was pretty well done, in my opinion. As far as the special effects, because this is low budget, and don't make it seem like I'm bashing on them at all for saying this. I know it's low budget, but some of the effects are a little bit annoying to me, and I say this because some of the effects are excruciatingly bright, and it seems like there's a huge amount of lens flare, and things are happening very fast, and the camera's shaking a lot, and that is done to display a sort of speed and sense of power and energy throughout the pilot episode. But at the same time, it's not very easy on the eyes, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. This is just my opinion on that specific aspect of it. But as far as the actual effects, when you can see them very clearly, they are pretty well done. They are better than Dragon Ball Evolutions. This pilot episode is better than Dragon Ball Evolution, so I know that's not hard to do, but I still think you guys should check it out, like I said, in the description below. But moving on to the next point is the casting choices were fairly good for the most part. I feel like maybe Trunks, not to bash on them at all, maybe it could, because it is the pilot episode, it's the first impressions. It could get better as the series goes on. I feel like Trunks could have been portrayed as someone else. Maybe it would have been better. I'm not too fond of the actor. I'm not sure who it is on hand who it is. But the actor that plays Trunks, I'm not too fond of at the moment. Like I said, it could change further on. But aside from that, the Super Saiyan transformation that Gohan does do in the episode, and it's not a spoiler because they've shown it in trailers. I wouldn't count that as a spoiler. It does look better than you would think it would as far as live action Dragon Ball Z, but I don't think that Super Saiyan can ever look really that cool in a live action setting. In my opinion, it still looked a bit goofy, but it is something they really obviously have to deal with if they're making a history of Trunks story in live action. So that is definitely something they have to do. As far as the fighting choreography and fight scenes, they weren't well. They were well done, but like I said before, the camera does shake quite a bit, and it is hard to keep up with the things. Obviously, in the anime, the action is at a still image. The camera it can't shake because it's drawings. But I feel like hopefully they can maybe steady up the camera. But if that's just the style that the director wants to use, that's fine. It's just not to my personal preference. So that's really all I can say on this very short pilot episode. Like I said, it's about 12 minutes, so I don't have a lot to say, and I don't want to give away everything in there, because you guys should check it out. Even though I wasn't a gigantic fan of it, I thought it was still the best live-action Dragon Ball Z we've gotten yet. So if I had to rate it, I would give it about a 7 out of 10. A 7 being good, a 6 being average, and an 8 being great. So hopefully with the following episodes, they can move it up from a 7 on my scale to an 8. And I will be discussing each new episode that comes out in this series. So guys, I hope you all enjoy this video, and I'll catch you later.